Okay, you're good to go, Bill.
Okay, do you want to hand out the?
Yep, I printed out paper copies of all the attachments in case people want them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it is, the meeting is 6:02. We have a quorum. Session, facilities committee. So the first thing, order of business is to discuss the Skylight contract and the various documentation that goes with it. Contract is ready to go. It has been signed by VRM. We're expecting our signature on it.
And I did send an email requesting an update for, because I think it says owner and it still has Corey listed. So I requested that they change it either to me or to becoming president. I told them.
But the contract itself was discussed amongst ourselves. I think pieces, and I talked it over with Pete, and then Pete ran it by the lawyer, and the combination is what's this here now. VRM signed. They had a back and forth with Pete on this and agreed to, and Natalie, and it was the final terms with Pete, and then they signed it and sent it to us. So I think it's ready to go. The lawyer basically said that this form contract is the basis under which a lot of the contracts of this nature get done in this public service arena of library fields. He felt that the terms in it were good, that VRM was a reputable party, and so he brought that together to be the contract. Does anybody have any questions about that?
Not about that, but exhibit A is blank.
Yeah, that's just the template.
It's a template for filling in reimbursement. So. Okay, then we have this, we have insurance that goes with it. It's one of the deliverables on as a contract. And then Natalie, you want to talk about these other three documents?
Yep, so because we're owned by the school district, like our property is owned by the school district, we have to get the state education department to sign off on doing any construction with the building. So that had to be signed by the school superintendent and the school board president. So those are what those forms are. And then we also need those forms to be uploaded to the state portal for the construction grant. So I've already done those as well.
Anybody have any questions or comments on this? Ready to go to approve this because we'll put it in front of the Board of Trustees in July and then very expeditiously get the payment off to VRM. They've been patiently waiting. They did a lot of their work expecting this to be frozen along in May, but we bit of not. So
It's been a couple of months coming.
So make a motion to approve the contract and the assorted related documentation for the Skylight. Somebody want to make a motion to?
Yeah, make a motion for the.
I'll second it.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Finally got this done. Okay, very good.
It's at 6:30.
So we had the discussion about the glass samples here.
The fun part, yay.
Natalie, well, not to prejudge it, does anybody have any views as to just taking a look at it, or do you want to take a walk around and look at them? I came by yesterday with Jason and we walked around and talked about the various merits of it. We thought that the one on the right, far right, was very similar to what the Skylight functionality of the kids' room was, children's room. We felt that the one in the middle was very similar to what's up there right now that we need the numbers on. And then the one on the left here is the darkest one. It's more looking at them, looks more like a sunglasses, but on a really bright day, that would do a lot to moderate the amount of heat coming in, the amount of stark light coming in. So those are the observations I had on it and talking over with Jason, but you're welcome to go out and hold them up if you want. Go out and look around, but if you don't want to do that, just let us know what your views would be on.
I'll do that. I mean, I'll take them outside and take a look at them.
Yeah.
My like first run at this here is the one that lets the most light in. As far as like heat goes, we only get this a couple of times, like for a couple of months out of the year. And so it shades as well. We can like partially draw. On the inside, no louvers. Definitely don't want to do louvers again. But I think letting in more light is better. I think especially when we get around to winter, it'll be really nice to have that very bright in the great room here. That's my initial take. I'm gonna go look at these outside.
Yeah. You want me to pause this?
Street
Or going outside?
Take one out.
Still gonna get a ton of light.
Yeah, so I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Sure. Transmissions went up by 1 or 2%. And we're gonna, as long as they're all insulated and they're impact resistant, I don't.
It's 50 versus 44, but we're gonna put curtains on it regardless, right?
The shades, yeah. Mhm.
Whatever on the inside.
Yeah, I think just to be similar to what's in children's, yeah. Yeah, I can set that up tomorrow and then I'll give them to like midweek or Friday of next week and then so whatever they decide, we'll send it over to
Yeah.
DRM.
I think you just bring that, that guidance into the Board of Trustees meeting and just say the staff basically voted this way. They gotta live with it, more
Yeah.
than trustees.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
So,
There's no gray.
okay, so then, before you bring up the door, I just want to ask, on the facilities condition contract, we signed that BRM, is that?
I sent it over to them and there has been no follow-up of next steps, but again, I'm still waiting to hear about getting this updated and everything. So, I mean, it's, right before the holiday, I'll check in again next week. And Steve will be back by then too.
So you want to talk about the door?
Yeah, so I mentioned the Crown's House door. So there has been discussion of getting it outside of the Westbrook room just because it's not serving any purpose being in there. Because that room mostly is used for, staff purposes, either staging for, collection turnover or internal meetings. So we kind of walked through the library and identified some places that it could go. It's just that there's a slight issue with every location, Bill, as you said, it actually like fits perfectly in that room, but it's like nobody gets to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was made to fit in that spot, I think is what Kim did, right?
Yeah, so I can't remember exactly how it came to be. I mean, I know like the history of the door is that, Altamont, they were trying for so hard to make the entire building like one of those like historic landmarks, like a little museum. And for whatever reason, it fell through and they knocked down the house, but they saved the door. And Tim was like, I want this door.
Yeah.
So, and same thing, like when we first brought it in, we tried to identify some places where it could go. And I think one of them actually was this corner where that table is. And I think it was either, there was not good lighting on it. One was the Westbrook door, which is what we ended up choosing. And I think there was a space in the lobby, and the issue with the lobby was like clearance, like is that how far it juts out. So if like you're turning the corner when you come in, that was an issue. So the other places we identified was in the Normanskill room. So you kind of have a similar issue where, okay, you're sticking it in a room, but at least that room is open to the public. And I know like long range plan wise, we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that room. So I don't know if we want to like put the Westbrook door, or excuse me, the Crown's House door in there and then kind of be tied to, well, now we have this door here and what can we not do or do with the Normanskill room? So that was an option. The other option was I think it's the Gilderlin room, which is like our local history room. It fits in there, but again, you have an issue of clearance. Like when you open the door, like it's like when you open the study room door, it's like weird. So it's like a weird clearance thing. The other was right next to the fish tank. kind of like against the wall, so not like straight on, but like to the side. And the only issue with that was you're kind of taking away seating, which seating is really important. So we could play around with the furniture a little bit. And also it was like weirdly positioned. It's like you can't look at it straight on. It's like you turn, it's like, oh, look, here's the door. The other option was over by the copiers where the fireplace is. There's the PPS office door, so there's space there. We could move the copiers around, we could put it there, but it's also like jutting out a little bit, and then that's an emergency door exit. So again, clearance. So
About this side of the fireplace, up on that wall. There's some seating there, but
there's windows there though. Like there's not a blank wall.
What's the measure, how wide is it?
Ooh, that I don't.
I wonder if we could just put it against, in between two of the study rooms, on this side.
Yeah, that was an option too. We talked about possibly moving some bookcases or just like where it would fit. But again, and this was even, so the company that like brought it in and did like the woodwork around it was Trevette. They also did the meadow and the barn.
Mhm.
They said the same thing. It's like you're gonna have some issues with clearance of how far it juts out.
we run into the same problem by the entrance to the back. Around the corner over here.
Yeah, so, yeah, we thought, kind of like where the meeting signs is kind of kitty corner where the, ATM machine is, like, it's kind of like that wall, we were thinking there, and same thing, it juts out too
I
far.
mean, the staff entrance. Like when you walk around the front of the circulation desk, right?
Oh, over
Right.
here?
Yeah,
Yep.
like right over there. Yep.
That was something we considered too. The only thing with that space, and honestly, that was the best space out of all of them, is like one, it's kind of in the corner, so how many people actually see it? And two, the circulation staff do use that little bit of space to like store their carts.
Not up against the wall, not up against that wall, but 90 degrees, and then between the fire door and the staff door. Is that enough space?
It's really big.
Right. Let me ask you like a different question. Why is Westbrook not open to the public?
So about a little less than a year ago, or about a year ago, we had the fire inspector come, and we used to have, like, there's a lot of carts, like when when the staff is, changing over, the circulation from the book drop and everything, and like there's a good like 14 carts, and then we also have bins that the books go in. When we first did construction, that hallway was specifically built to house all that stuff, but I don't know if codes changed or whatever it was, but when the fire inspector came, he said that we could no longer have carts or anything in this hallway. So we had to quickly pivot, and we use Westbrook now as our staging area. Yeah. So when we can, we try to open up, like we have most of our internal meetings in that room, so we can free up Tawacentha instead. So it was like a 1-to-1.
I think like the copier space is probably like the most central. I'm also not opposed to having it on, like I don't want to give up seating, right? So I
Yeah,
think
and that
that's
was
the
the,
most important thing.
yeah, that was what leadership said too. Like all the department heads were like, like it looks nice by the fire, or excuse me, by the fish tank, but you're giving up like that booth.
Right, and it's like what, six or 8 seats down there?
Yeah.
Right. I'm also okay with it kind of being like tucked in a corner as like a little hidden thing that you get to find,
Okay.
right? Like whatever's gonna make the most sense for I'm prioritizing places for people to sit here, right? And to
Yeah.
like enjoy the library. I think that's number one. I think I also think it's interesting. It'll be fun if it's like tucked into a corner and like, ooh, you gotta go find the door.
Yeah.
Right, that becomes part of any of the scavenger hunts we do here.
Yeah.
Right. So, you said it was the Gilderland room, whatever our local history room is. It
Yeah.
doesn't, that's a small room now.
Yeah.
That's,
And it literally would be like, as you open the door, like it's like right against, like it'll take up that entire space.
you open the door and you're already like losing
Yeah.
20 inches for like the width of the thing up against the wall. Yeah.
which again could be shelving space if we decide to, you know, grow local history collection even more, you know, yeah.
Is there any options outside of the library or anything that anybody's looking for something?
So the Masonic Temple in Altamont has requested, like, they're interested in taking it.
Okay.
It's just that we took it from Altamont and we have it, and so I just,
Let's give it back to Altamont.
okay.
Right, if it's of Altamont, Altamont wants it back.
Yeah,
I think that's, I mean, we don't, it's been in Westbrook for a while. I haven't heard any like strong attachment to the thing.
I think it's a curiosity when people do see it. Every once in a while, that room is open for like
Yeah.
a speaker talk or something like that. So it does add a bit of local flavor there that otherwise is not there. But I'm if I'm indifferent to if somebody wants to put it to more historical, better visibility use, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's sort of like sticks out here, but we don't really have any great places for it as we just banter around the table.
Right.
Yep.
So in terms of a committee decision on this.
yeah. And that was one of the things, like, it was kind of, you know, almost like I said, a handshake agreement. It was like, oh, it's so sad that this building is, you know, going away. We tried to make it a historical landmark. It didn't work. Let me save the door. Like, it wasn't like a board decision. It was just kind of like, hey, at least let's just do this. But
So would we want to put this in front of the Board of Trustees that we would authorize the assistant director, acting director to explore opportunities outside of the library where that can be put to a better use than the library?
Staff would be fine with letting it go.
mhm.
So
Did the Masons say what they were gonna do with it?
I think just have it somewhere in their facility. I can't remember. I don't know if you ever been to the Masonic Temple in Altamont. They have like a really nice like foyer as you first walk in, so it might even like go in there. And the building is older, it kind of matches.
Yeah, we can do, we can have held it in trust for Altamont.
Yeah.
Right, and to Altamont it returns.
Yeah, and Masonic Temple for a short time, when I say short time, is better part of a year. They actually housed the Altamont Free Library while they were restoring the train station after Hurricane Irene. So it's kind of like, hey,
There you go.
you're still supporting library stuff.
all in favor, say aye.
I,
Okay, I'll reach out to,
Okay.
I forgot his name, but yeah, we'll reach out to him again.
Is there anything else on your agenda for our meeting?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
All in favor of adjourning the meeting? Aye. Thank you. Thanks.
this is the last